after week 1, Neoma Ete saying all the issues PPA, ABBA, how is the EC dealing with all of that? And my many Dr. SEREBOUR QUAICOE and Shasi any and Commodok. Aquaba na pomi there.
Many of me under woman, who are
na commission no boko there.
The Mother Woman Commission called a year, Master de Fata.
At least after at the end of day 9, in the end after day 8. And as after the first 1 week, I must start registration. We know more expectations. What me meeting after first 1 week.
Yo, Obi, me da si me chair wa tearful ina.
Amojo so.
Sir, okay, no. Now my say 3 weeks into every week behind and the Mabaha. No other woman on my corner. Yena review the iron.
Yes.
Into you shall say the target is a better nipa 623,000.
Okay.
And so after the first week, we have 302.
302,000.
Yes.
After week 1.
And they say you can send to me now. Actually, to 302. Even first day now, they say connectivity and actually 17,000 as against 12,000 or 2023.
Oh, okay.
They say bad news make news. Even though I'm considered dependent on so still. And as I said, I mean, I just have to complain because I say connectivity. So what we have done is where you have a challenge with the connectivity, go offline. And where visit Nipano a booth also request for more kits. And that's what the strategy I use.
Okay, into 2 questions. Say after week 1, my register over 300,000. Is it the case say more understate target no ana?
Oh, yeah, understate. Ufa statistics nimna from statistical service in a year no.
Yes.
About 450,000 in 2018.
Okay.
And Obeka say last main recession year in 2020. And 2021, 2022, 2023 year no limited with 2023.
Yes.
In the Ufa inside the next day technically 1 year recession. So when you have 450,000 now, they make room for or more some reasons to manage
yes.
internet target here. No? Okay. That figure is about 70% of the 2023 figures. Because we are expecting say 2023 for 3-year backlog no, and no should be more than this year. No, until the man is a projection.
So we in the buy. Oh, okay, okay. Ain't for now day 1 issues no. When me kaisa wo ba ha e ma o ka say na a code be or some send them mo failed operators
access code. No.
Access code no. That has been resolved.
And we can consult master registration.
Okay.
Until we have access code, you cannot do the registration.
Okay. The other thing, where there is an issue with the network, with the machines near the normal offline. Offline, foolproof.
The thing is, yeah, problem with the machine there, you be changing machine.
Okay. So network.
Network, okay. It is not if the internet more problems are, you can't register online.
Yes.
Today you go offline. Offline, you don't need the internet.
Yes.
Then we are. Then at the course of the day, you go to the office.
Now
upload exactly.
In the no sebase, yeah offline. I say why in the back office I upload electoral office no.
So we put the office wa.
Yeah. We put the office.
Then so we say in area. Na internet ni ba na wa connect na upload into the database.
In uploading, no, would the party agent be there?
Oh, sir, I know the put at the message to phones now would call laptops.
Maybe we about.
I know the most important thing is a party for no and a power to start of day.
Yes.
So you know the number of people who have already registered.
Yes.
Now you know what you end of day. In this year registration every 7 days, every 7 days. 7 days, no. All kind of figures in our for 7 days now. You should get the figures for their district.
For the district.
It is a commission banner because 50 that you can show with your evidence, you know. But then a caveat to the area go more about 2 difficult to access areas. Teams, you know, more to him. And for this is the quite different.
Yes.
Until you should know, sir, maybe a has any war 1 3 district office teams, 2 field teams.
Yeah.
Also can in a boom and someone end of day no final one. So and the team be also one agent. As part into me agent.
Okay.
Into so the party there, yeah Jeffrey Asempe studio. You say another team were Adum FM, another team were Adum TV.
Yeah.
So doing a boom. And so what say for the district there, this is our figure. Until and pick one now after your best idea will be out there no it was end of day 100. Now if you say 150, I say no you're mistake. Without considering the same distance war difficult to assess areas.
Prima facie evidence I will be able to nipa register this district office. The end of day and start of day report.
Correct.
And I would be
correct.
In the what premium na yem fan to sa infographics are more to social media pay premium ben yem fan to and so.
Oh, there were statistics no and some infographics no there. To me, I'm saying, cake can semble the
icing on the cake.
Maybe you want to link to the RNC. What happened is your data near correct. In 5 even total now, there's no problem with the totals.
Okay.
In total no. Now that is talk of the on that time I think on the 4th day or the 5th day. To do that is a sign. Now tell them 4th day now. One region or move between cut and piece semi. Say any figures na mano.
Okay.
But never acquire 3,000, never acquire 9,000, and no repeating 9,000 for the two. And then instead of 19,000 no, for that day,
yes.
About
25,000
because of the 9 and 3 difference of 6 no.
Okay.
And that's what happened. But then but me input to first we apologize for the error. Yes. But every information let be a channel out this time in a provisional figures.
Okay, including even the own infographics.
The be more 9 provisional figures. The reason being is was a medical can say a be offline.
Yes.
In the way offline now, to resell by export to know it do not be reflected in the figures. And the two, to say by end of life on the machine, you may not get everything correct on the figure because that's a we are also mature 100.
Yeah.
And say because the system no say
yes.
More than 100. It we are and into we know what we call provisional voters register. Provisional is not final. There no about after I call exhibition. You call exhibition I want to inclusions so be man or try for some technical reasons.
Yes.
You be included. Obuoma or today or you're disqualified. You be in a film. Obuoma the trade and probably Obuko train the other channel with him. All these things will be done. They are create register no. They to go to a judge for the judge to authenticate every register.
Okay.
The 48,000 registers. This will be at the base. We are now. This becomes the final register that goes into register for registration. The figures are channel out in Ambono. Provisional. It could be higher. It could be less.
But the challenge now, the issues of mistrust and credibility, and again because of the record of the EC, at least in the 2020 elections, about declaration of presidential results in semi-Kokobaye, the NDC really believes this is either highly possibly deliberate misrepresentation of registration numbers. In fact, Omu raised the issues, and this is from the Director of Elections of the party. Or raised the issues, and yet just the 19,000 and the 25,000, you know. But for even day 3, it should have been 48,616 rather than 43,417. And he's asking, say, who is adding these figures at the headquarters of the Electoral Commission? The question, Doc, can say, for such a critical election, every move ECB make, among for reading meanings into. If you are putting infographics out, now here's you see us on social media, they are among for the run infographics. Mostly no better be a headline and a paper and say one line quote be, but no one will be at the be running. Muni any proofreaders name cophobia because for the graphic designer no or maybe or no computation is on Tiasi, and the end to be design, there is nobody to check and send a sign your man about out.
Your team I check, but then because as a maybe the West is over trust or whatever. Because they turn it there.
Yes.
There's don't tell me because for total now.
Yes.
They do on daily ones, no, and I'm sick by. But the total there, it is still 1 for the 3.
Okay.
You can open.
Okay.
Do the figure no there, final one they correct. The days no 2 days necessary. Because of say, because of copy and paste, until we have learned our lessons. And like you're saying, we agree, certain things will tend to our imaginary. Yes. But it also means that because it's like you write the exams of 100 questions now waiting back one. We forget about 99 we try, Now we are talking about one. No. And once I'm not saying that we should be repeating, we'll try and avoid it. But still it's a human institution.
And if say Obi war an opinion say maybe just maybe Wayne was something deliberate, not easy for one of the boom fire niswa. What would you say?
And issue is there, and your figures in the back so it is the vote names in the back.
The names are back registered.
Exactly. It is for example, the Nipa 5 in our ha. Namaka say Nipa 10, I don't know, no system be show Nipa no more.
Nipa 5.
Exactly. It's an error we regret. But there's no way, if you figure now, you should support it with the and the markets and the parties have the start of day and the end of day.
And the end of day.
Yes. And if you put them together, there's no way you can inflate it.
It is a easy cry and I just be inflate here. It will not match the source document, which is start of day report. And
unfortunately, like I said, apart from giving them the end of day and start of day, you compare the provisional rates and the law requires my parties and copies. To the terabytes, standard drive, I can say. No budget. So this time, so what it means that we will compare 2020 plus 2023 plus 2024. You do your analysis, and you should know the police station behind. For example, maybe a police station A,
yes,
or more 1,000. This and now you reserve 100 become 1,001. If they are not, you have to ask questions. The amount provisional voters list for the whole country, the amount party for no. And a year exhibition done we are the final rates of the so you have all these figures to compare to be Beshima, you should be able to. In addition to that, party for at least MPP and some more executives or polling station.
Yes.
So you're the listening bro. Now your polling station say a total you can't win mobile 500. Now yes 600 or so who protested. There's no way anybody can sit anywhere to
because reading from what the largest opposition party is saying, they are linking the AC, to the missing BVR equipment. Say you can say obi betime use the ayenio maybe na ebe.
Obi am because say 2000 as so. The daily ones in the society, but who keep total no be there still the same number. So you inflate then the total two share because then ko nya kese. Anambo.
Yes.
Because there's a 1 plus 1 because a 10. Next we correct one sounds that's a 10. Then it means for Bianca. Until the emphasis should be more on the final totalness, the mistakeness here. But it's regrettable, which should be avoided. So we should learn from that and avoid that things.
Officially, for now, breakdown of regions, the MR register.
Yes.
My regional breakdown. Total, no me who say after week 1, na mo 300 and something thousand. Which regions are leading a hononioma etesen wo enumuna fe yemfa enu ntwem ne yentwa so ekosi sen so ni e high asempa 94.7 FM o adwentra wonim se yen WhatsApp number na very very active wait to no messages afaso abrain na yahwa kan amamo e high asempa FM enti
from the Emamiana.
Yeah, I'm Kenya bad. Kenya bad. Okay.
That one here last day.
Okay.
And now we need it. The first one is
okay, very well. Very well. And so share Greater Accra regional total. and day 7 no any red one no. Good. In the way first 1 week.
You all the dates no.
Yes. Yes, all the other days no.
You have the total and the breakdown.
Sure. Enti so we share total na Greater Accra register 40,734. 40,734.
More percentage in the
and we 13.4% of the total.
Yes.
And we up to date like
no, as at 7 days. No?
7th day, no. Yes. Okay.
So
we first 1 week.
Correct.
In the first 1 week numbers, ni Greater Accra 40,734. Northeast region 8,250. Upper East region 12,414. Northern region 23,889. Bono region 12,361. Bono East 11,395. Volta 14,888. Upper West 9,776. Eastern 30,392. Central 33,382. Ahafo 7,387. Ashanti 53,498. Western North 10,755. Oti region 8,700. Savannah 6,365. Western 18,683. A national total after day 7 302,869. So region as I say Ashanti region in terms of more I register for Ashanti region is number 1. Number 2 a Greater Accra region. Number 3 is Central. Number 4 Eastern. Number 5 Northern. Number 6 Western. Number 7 a Volta. Number 8 Upper East. Number 9 Bono East. Number 10 a Western North. Number 11 a Bono. Number 12 a Upper West region. Number 13 ye Oti. 14 ye Northeast. Ahafo a 15 in a Savannah region. I recorded the lowest, which is number 16. That's the order for you. The Ashanti region is leading after day 7. Greater Accra region a number 2. Oshe percentage difference now. Greater Accra a 13.4%. Ashanti a 17.74%. Over 4 percentage point difference in terms of the numbers. Where after week 1, Nipa Dodoa Omotimi are registered in the limited voters registration. And no.
So it tells you say we are not doing bad. Badly.
Yeah, as far as the numbers are concerned. Because already after week 1, Momiti almost half more target.
Do the 8 day come on, you do have half cry.
Yeah, Moody day 8
the 21 days, not the 8 extra half.
Yeah.
And now it seems that some of the figures are coming.
Bafom, because the people now are registered here. And you still find, say, contrary to proposals, a parties need the bias anchor, Monya registration, no, polling stations, you know. This is more reasonable. The MUA more reasonable because of numbers, no.
So, the thing is, there's a difference between general registration and limited registration. Sure. It is called limited. Therefore, it is limited to some few people and few locations. Yes. We have never done limited registration for polling station
since 92.
Not at all. Because the moment there are even polling stations that are for 40 people voters. Oh,
sir.
Yes, it's a polling station. The place is from the local California. So, in the numbers, when you go to certain areas now, the 18 for they are not there. Because they have most of them have migrated to cities and other they are in schools and those things. Because of polling stations now, you may go and sit there. If you may not even have anybody to. So all limited registration are not done at the polling stations. Yes, it is the general registration. The general registration was 1995, 2004, 2012, and 2020, and a year of polling stations. The others, no
polling station.
And let's also be reminded, apart from the district offices, he identifies 785 difficult to access areas. And yes,
785. Ah, no, mobile call
mobile teams in their commons. In addition to that, there were 25 public universities identified. And we have covered more than 1,000 centers.
Anyway, public universities are more register.
Yes. Because most of the private universities in here non-residential.
Sure.
But public universities in there, the majority of people are residential. And then this company is for those who have just turned 18, who have no residence. And the company here, all of them. Now be arguing say this office, forgetting say we have done this is here just 268.
Okay.
But we have done 785 difficult to access areas.
District BM.
Some districts in amphibian because we need difficult to access areas.
Okay.
But most of them, I'm the 230 something
buy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And some of them more of them to make more additional 2 kits are that mobile work. Example is the Afram Prince North.
Yes.
Tom 2 teams are move to the difficult to access areas. And to me videos or her meeting I share with you. To me, it's a bit scary, but they are going.
Yeah. The other thing would be, say, of course, the registration cost so by a month for a percent. Omunyo card we are omitting me at and they will be allowed to vote. One case, now the Guan constituency. And you say, and no Namson President of Imani are making some claims be against the Electoral Commission and more responded to his claims. Mumu Free say the consensus and the say under no circumstance should anybody put a fetter on the exercise of the right to vote. In this case, the belief out there is that the Electoral Commission has ensured say Ghana Phobi and engage in an election to vote somebody to go and represent them in the House of Parliament.
Constitution by
yes.
And then a DMRMI. On the 9th of November 2020, and then Parliament passed a law establishing one district.
Okay, 2020 November.
Yes, 9th November.
Okay.
Until 10th November, and Parliament Electoral Commission.
Okay.
And 13th November, Electoral Commission come Attorney General say per se ACI na the critical constituency ma one. But not knowing 7th now Parliament passing that 9th now call recess. And the Omar mark up and say a year election in
okay.
And now if you want to create a constituency, so you have to come with the CI. And now Ghana for your loans to get up CI. You should lay the CI before Parliament for 21
working days.
Okay, let's say 16 days. Good.
Sure.
Until 9th now, pass here, it will ban on the 7th. And the 21 sitting days, basically it's 1 month or more. And to clearly, there's no way you could have created the constituency, especially when Parliament was in recess. Until one, then the question is, now that one has gotten a district, law to say an assembly member cannot belong to 2 districts.
Yes. Yes.
Now you have one district, and you have just a district.
Okay.
So if you take one from Jasikan, if you come to district, you're Jasikan. If you come to constituency, you're Boom. So if the Guan people were to vote for MP now, Boom now, then 2 districts are electing 1 MP, and to belong to which of the districts? Who you are getting the argument is. So clearly, it was to me. I understand say you cannot elect 2 districts cannot elect 1 as MP because you cannot belong to the 2 of them.
Yes.
It is a woman who control abanu we are. Now for be a lose no. Now no. Obase the Guanfonu are not part of our district, so they couldn't have voted for the MP.
Yes.
I don't know how the law will handle that. You get my point. And 2, Guanfano cannot vote for an MP because no constituency has been created for them. Because they have created district.
At the time,
there's no constituency. So where would they vote? And the constitution says, if you create a constituency, it will come into effect after the next resolution of parliament. It's in the constitution.
Who create constituency after say Yatu Abanaria?
Now, who create constituency? That constituency cannot come into effect.
Yes.
He said that after the resolution of the parliament.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Good.
That's true.
And now, the argument people are making is I think maybe January when you create a constituency. So who create the constituency? There's a parliament in place. Right?
Okay.
So the woman to be for 2020.
2020.
Because of the explanation, the time was too short for you to create them.
Sure.
Now, if you create them from January, there's already
January 2020 now.
Up to this time, it cannot come into effect after the
resolution of the parliament.
Correct.
And even when that constituency was created, and Kasilo Muntimenya MP Mane Meka Parliament.
That is our understanding
of the law.
Yes. Whether we created in January or now, it has it's no issue because they can only vote in December so that they can come to effect in 2025.
In 2025.
That is our
but before after the creation of the new region, which is the Uti region, who said it was said Yenuanime war Salolobi Santro Coffee area on Ombeko Utino.
So the Omuko Uti for year under Jessica.
Omuko Utino Omuko Jessica.
Exactly. And the referendum Nadina. So presidential they voted for in the Jessica because Ghana is the one constituency they voted.
Sure, for presidential.
So once I created they were in Uti under Jessica district.
And at the time, the district had not been created
at all. It was created on the 9th of November by Parliament, 2020.
That's even the district.
Exactly. So in other words, Guan was carved out of Jessica on the 9th of.
On the 9th.
Yes. So what is statement there?
Yeah. Okay, and on the 9th, we create district, Now are you too close to election for you to create a constituency?
No, because they don't create Parliament. Even if they are not going to you will not have the 21 days.
Yeah.
So me sitting here, I believe that Parliament communicating the news there was no way they can get a constituency to vote because the 21 days.
It means the creation of the district should have been earlier.
Exactly. And now they should have been created. In that case, they are part of Jessica, and therefore they are part of Boom. Yes. So no, once we get this there, so they voted for one person to be because that time they were under Jessica. In the two and they were under Boom.
Under Boom constituency.
So there was no problem. But when you get it, they are now a separate entity.
Yeah.
So two districts cannot be voting for one MP because the law only say an MP cannot belong to two different assemblies.
Okay. No, yeah, I get it now. If Sanka Abai take a decision, they say, create district, yes, per the creation of the new region, Mobeko Oti, into Moka Buem, just a kind district, Buem constituency, because a Honomoto presidential, the Monto parliamentary, nibi.
Correct.
Na yetu abani ria. Then they created district,
Correct.
And then so subsequently a created constituency. Which constituency would wait till 2024 about to no as their own constituency.
Correct. That's our thinking.
By which time they would have been under Boem constituency. Nanka Kofi Adams are sure
correct. But when you created district there, then two district, one MP, the law frowns on that.
But the challenge, okay, not just say that's so born so there you cannot answer. No, I was say because government creates district,
yes,
and you create constituencies.
Correct.
By your creation of constituency, no is incidental on a buying created district.
Exactly. No, we can create a constituency not subject to
the creation of district. Yes.
In other words, a district can have two MPs.
Sure.
But a constituency cannot have
two districts.
Correct. Because one assemblyman cannot belong to two different districts. So you have AMA is a district, and they have about 5 MPs. It's allowed. Yeah. But it cannot be that way. Say one constituency, 2 or more districts.
Even in the case of Buem constituency, no, to cure some mischief, no, Sanka Baimpo and create district now. Anka the EC could have created a separate constituency from Buem.
Exactly.
And Anka Mubetimiaye.
Everything my bed, no, to have been a challenge. They said there are a lot of many applications. Could be 50
for the creation of new constituencies.
Exactly. And what would be the reason for creating
a Hodian
others? Because if young constituency, nobody create based on numbers. What they say. Yes. So people have huge numbers. No one can tell me no create no commission will never do that. But when you create this there, our hands are tied. We have to create the constituency because an MP cannot belong to more than one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wow. And this is here for the challenge. And what was mo issue mo war within Sema president of Imani Ekan? What was the issue?
No, somebody say you denying no from voting for an MP.
Yes.
And the reason why they couldn't have voted in the parliamentary elections. That is the issue. But you say Attorney General MI1 in hand. Say in hazard. I don't know the is it a hazard before 9th December? No, another hazard after
9th December.
Because before 9th December, no, created this in so what will be the one in Kanayakan? And after 9th December, after they came after the election.
Yeah.
And so time. So we want whoever is making those allegations to let us have the hazard corner Okuma and one in Argentina.
Okay. In explaining Muwe, I must say, how can any well-meaning person accuse the commission of disenfranchising the good people of SAR when the facts are so clear? It is unfortunate that Imani continues to peddle falsehood and untruth about the commission at every point and turn. His narrative that the commission disenfranchised the people of SAR, now the Guan constituency, is false. We urge the public to verify information put out by Imani with the Commission for the Truth and the Fact. To enable the public ascertain the truth, we have attached the letter from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to the Commission requesting it to create the new constituency, and the Commission's letter to the Attorney General seeking to create the new constituency. Local government, it was 10th November 2020. Say Oma created district.
Correct.
Which is the Guan District Assembly.
Correct.
Establishment Instrument 2020.
Correct.
Okay. And parliamentary service and so instrument coming into force. In where the Honorable Attorney General and attention Mrs. Mavis Samoa, Director Legislative Drafting. And I think kindly take notice that the following instruments which were laid in Parliament on 6th of October 2020, pursuant to Article 11.7 of the Constitution, have been allowed by the House to come into force. Edorso, Intiusha, Local Government, Guan District Establishment, Instrument 2020, Kahon, Local Government, Just Second District Assembly, Establishment Instrument 2020, Ewaha.
The ones I would take Guan through,
yes.
Also, activity. Yes. But I need them because I know it's the same as a boom. Sure. The constituency is there, and there's no issue.
Sure. Sure. Okay. And we Electoral Commission so come the Attorney General a draft document to amend the Representation of the People Parliamentary Constituency Regulations 2020 CI 128. It way I bring this is dated 13th November.
Do the letter on the 10th.
On the 10th, yes.
13th, actually to Attorney General. Because you draft to be an amuna putting
But we can say, I bring you warm greetings from the Electoral Commission and right with regards to above mentioned subject. Following the creation of the Guan district, it has become necessary for the Commission to alter the electoral boundaries of the Buem constituency. Consequently, the Representation of the People Parliamentary Constituencies Regulations 2020 CI 128 has to be amended as a result of the review. The Commission has drafted the attached constitutional instrument for your review and necessary action. And it kindly endorsed pen drive blind na modi no car ho na modi we and what was the advice from the AG or J letter way
and them because so at the moment now they will have to look at it.
Yes.
And to remember my almost view.
Okay.
We are they will meet next day they will what they call the maybe legal, you know. They will shape in the
proposal.
They will take it and go and meet the subsidiary committee. To meet subsidiary committees, now you know so discuss if they have input to be another account. And then finally they lay before Parliament.
Oh, okay.
But the course Attorney General and we saw process of Ghana. Now because be in between Parliament was until there was no need to even to conclude because we are counting for go be here. So on we am kase hands at now the thing we did not even meet the subsidiary committee, let alone laying before Parliament. So hands at some how did it come in? The next will be what issues and hands at corner
and nipa na ka no. But the other things would be say Parliament call recess. Now we recess for the MPs to go and campaign for the main election.
Good.
And within that period, no nanka emergency recall be antimin.
Between 10 from
yes
to the 7th of December. As you say, that they know me put it in
yes.
Can we have the 1 month now
before elections?
Because they say CI needs 21
days.
Sitting days. Correct.
Yes.
So it was not possible. It was not possible. And now, once you that election,
yes.
Then if you want to create it will go into next year. And the next year means you cannot. It will not come into effect until the resolution of the next Parliament, which still we are still in. Until they created constituency, and they are ready to go on 7th December 2024.
Some have issues with the fact that the Ministry of Local Government and a prompt must say mun create constituency. Is that the case?
So I'm gonna inform me and say
create district.
District, no. So the district will need a constituency.
And that is a normal practice.
So if you create a district and you don't form us, the constitution powers in creating
constituencies.
Sure. And we don't need to consult you and send a creative. But who created this there, then we are compelled to create a constituency. So you have to inform us about it. Maybe an example. In 2000 that was an NDC time, Professor Mr.
Yes. Yes.
No commission under Dr. Frejan. No commission plan to create 25 constituencies. That near were 230 constituencies. Never 260.
Yes.
And now we created new districts all over the country. So Basano now if you use the district the figures will be biased because we also need to hover around a population quota. That's average population. So that's why we move from 25 to 45. And then we move from 230 to 275. Because was to make it 230, 260. Are you getting my point? Because that time because Central is created too. I seen South and one other place. That's how it happened. When you create this city now, a district cannot exist without
a constituency.
Without a constituency or without an MP. Because every district should have an MP. Because if you look at the structure of the assembly now, MP exactly. To me, and my understanding is that you cannot have a district without an MP. You get it? So once you create a district, you have to create the constituency so that there will be an MP for.
And you are saying, sir, that the local government ministry a prompt team so created district in the moon created constituency a normal thing.
Yes, oh yes.
It was not born out of the Supreme Court decision earlier. Say the people there need a constituency. And I don't know it was a given. Say once you created district in the constituency it was a given.
Yes. No, because you can't have a district without an MP. Because the structure, membership of every assembly, DC,
sure.
MP, elected assembly members and appointed assembly members. These are the structures.
Okay.
And you cannot take any of them out.
And as an electoral commissioner, LIC, CI, sorry. ebia or some mode ko ages or mode draft ko ages office.
Yes.
Ebia mo be ebia.
See a baby no omuna some more drafted so.
Yeah.
Nti any year they will say this command should go, this one to me yes and me na. To me we are na no me na call subsidiary committee we go with them.
Okay.
Na say be on to me so am proposals in ba. Na ye hu say be you can dot this, cross this T blah blah blah. They agree on them. I think they call the main and lay before parliament. The next subsidiary for Nkawo. Report on the Boko. So we draft, we give it to the Attorney General to finalize the drafting. We appear before the subsidiary committee on legislation. Then we all do it. Sana formally.
Mole ewo parliament.
Exactly.
Okay. And I think following more letter now. Mo statement amu issue you know. I think some media houses and Franklin Eddie and Como and City Newsroom for example reports say EC's denial of disenfranchising SAL resident brazenly dishonest. Also the president of Imani Africa Franklin Kuja has described the EC's dismissal of having disenfranchised the people of SAL during the 2020 parliamentary elections as brazenly dishonest. The EC in a statement on Wednesday responded to Franklin Kujo's comment, alleging that the EC was culpable for disenfranchising SAR residents because little to nothing was done to ensure the people voted. The EC described Franklin's allegations as false and urged the public to disregard them, and clarified at no point did it disenfranchise the people in the newly created Guan constituency. Franklin, in a counter statement, insisted that the inability of the SAR residents to partake in the 2020 parliamentary elections, lies solely at the doorstep of the EC because, quote, it is a matter of public record that in the evening of 6th December, the EC issued a public statement to the effect that voters in the SAL traditional areas could not vote in the parliamentary elections scheduled for 7th December 2020. Franklin added that the EC's December 6, 2020 statement that excluded voters in the SAL traditional areas from voting in the election for a member of parliament was a flagrant violation of the right to vote of the said voters, which amounts to being disenfranchised. The exclusion of voters in the SAL traditional areas from voting in the election of member of parliament was a flagrant violation of the right. As a consequence, the people of the SAL traditional areas do not have representation in the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic. This has rightly been described by Prof. Kwaikue as the cardinal sin of the 8th Parliament. It is brazenly dishonest on the part of the EC to refer to my statement about the people of SAL being disenfranchised as falsehood and misinformation, or falsehood and untruth about the Commission. None of the so-called fact surrounding the inability of the resident of SAL now, the Guan constituency, to vote in the 2020 election that are recited in the 14th May 2024 statement of the EC can take away the simple, indisputable fact that on the eve of the 2020 elections, the Electoral Commission publicly announced that the people of SAL could not vote in the parliamentary election. And I think that for now, that is the thrust of the argument. Say, yes, sir, December 6th letter, no, which letter emanated from the EC.
You are not disputing that.
Yes, and a catch and call for and say, Omuntimin Twabanibi in the parliamentary election. And on because based on that letter and inquiry, there's a more and imagine call for the right.
You need to also look at the legal implication. Yes. In that case, so I'm going to now. I'm going to for which
constituency,
but
because at the time I know more to Abandona district that has been created.
Exactly, but
there was no constituency.
In Tomoko to parliament, so there is going to be just kind any one will vote for one MP and have one MP for the two
districts.
Two districts and it's also Ayana. Does the law support it? So we were all thinking. So initially we thought Omunko to Bacheno, Ayana was a no. if you do that, we are infringing on the law.
Somebody can go to court to.
No, because for example, assume say me call just can me wo boom, me contest, and me at all be me lose. Now go me that is all. These are the things I consider you. Now my court say the boom election no should not be accepted because people from different districts came and voted for. Exactly. So in that case, there's one MP who was serving two
districts.
Which is not. As if you judge, what will be a decision? On am pesa kakra mam. So no judge na besu anyone go back.
Is it a many judge? No, but it's an interesting point.
And then that is then you all am like there. You want to go trima, but we came to the north and here yeah. It will be the Kokota. In that case, the two constituencies in Abelusu MP. That's our thinking. So, why don't we now say, at least just kind has a constituency boom. So, we should allow them to go. Parliamentary, there, you don't need the constituency. So, presidential, you don't need the constituency to vote. No more to presidential. Naturally, no, how we can create the constituency for one.
Oh, okay.
And 10 times we are creating new constituency. It's unfortunate. We will not say the bad, but if it's a time no creating, what's the problem?
What's the problem?
Yes.
The time the district was created.
Yes, was the problem. The they could have created the district two should come into effect
after elections.
After election, so that in that case, but who created that time? No one said there was no way a constituency could be created.
Yeah.
Legal issue, yes. And Parliament should have been aware of this, and local government should have been aware of this.
Yeah. Okay. In TCC, the constituency has been created.
Yes.
Into 2024.
As we speak, they are changing more polling station codes.
Yes.
I'm not referring to Guan district.
Okay.
In the this assimilation, this assembly is here.
Okay.
In Guan for one district, exactly. Now some people are also saying they should have even voted in Hawaii.
Okay.
They are creating region. Guanu under Oti. Hawaii is under voter region. So in that case, Guanu is most we feel one region about
another region.
And so for us, if it's not possible.
Okay. Let me deal with some few questions now. Your WhatsApp number is 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. As we bring our conversation to a close now, the man Kofi Kenata Shasia Eddie and Komowese Obi. Good day to you and Dr. Kwaikue. I want to commend the EC for their good work in the ongoing registration. My questions are: one, what are the measures the EC has put in place to curb the political parties from bringing foreigners to register at the border towns? And what criteria do they use in the selection of returning officers? I heard in the just ended the Josoba election, all the return officers were NPP constituency executives from Kumewu. Thank you. Louis Labi, who are Birmingham in the United Kingdom, and Uduwe Brain. Let me see the other ones we have here. Where's the Obi? Per the insight of Dr. Serebour has given us on the ongoing limited voter registration, I believe the EC is doing a fantastic job and they should be commended for that. The NDC is making all this noise because they see defeat staring at them in the face in the upcoming elections and they want to find an excuse after their loss, just like they did in the 2020 elections. Breaking the aid is on course. ASEAN Ewo Aseke and Udiwe Aba Asian Asake Yadase. We say Obi. All the explanations given by Mr. Serebour are things the political parties know and understand better than the rest of us do. But it is out of mischief. And that's why the NDC is saying what they are saying, just to deliberately discredit the EC. Joseph O Achimota ABC. And Udiwe Abraying. We say, Obi, good evening. My name is Naboye. I work in Accra, but I vote in Tamale, and I have misplaced my voter's ID card. Can I get a replacement here in Accra without traveling to my polling center?
I just walk district.
I just walk on the district. Why you run the card?
What's one I'll go to this one out here.
Yeah.
And maybe out in you. So as far as the records are concerned, Yes. Because until that, then you were not qualified to register there.
Obi, good day. Always good to listen to you. Please ask Dr. SEREBOUR this for me. If the ROSD,
Yes.
returning officers,
Deputy DROSD, Deputy Returning Officer, Special Duties, I'm going to handle election of the assembly members at each electoral area.
Okay. Or say, of the just ended assembly elections, are they to remit 1,000 Ghana's days of the allowances paid to them to the EC office at the district? Also, Busama and Adam for Biwa Yen Swano. Matio Moka.
So, yeah, for us, Moka.
And
an appointment letter, and there was nothing like that in the appointment letter. And
what's all more remittance can be
there's no appointment. No, that's okay. That's it. How do you justify
a district on Obi Casa Challenge?
Oh, and then I'm going to because we will never say that confess Kakumobi. We will never say that. So, and some of these things, they're careful. They see now they're saying it.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is that nobody is supposed to give anything to
anybody.
But we can so say Ajuso, return officers. They are old Ajuso return officers. And we still have to screen them because I think the main return of them to consent to Ajuso for now or more return officers that are usual. But I say I was there on the Sunday before Tuesday by election. And one of the independent candidates, agents by say, Omadi Tete, names of people for MPP executive from Kumawu.
Yes.
The kind of so, but you have the list. Take your time and indicate those names. No, so where you say, then we will investigate. If it because it could be, with case no take maybe you should out here and pay. Say it is a more pattern to be a pamofia because and nobody program be and MPP there because of NDC. Echina baby says we it is a who because you see I know pam dan you can near you to be catching said one trumbasi the internal law na makwa state say you be election now and as we be research you can mam list no so take the list but not on just mere speculation if you say there will be into a party provide evidence incontrovertible one because you do no case and they get pam obia because on one trumbasi no identify or more or so party members now so that we invite them then we will then okay one maybe so and I'm saying on air because me now Obama can it is some of these issues you be can say you say even say Nancy Akofod interview for we advertise in the graphic I don't know what I was saying here very graphic so what person be supervisor for registration supervisor exhibition return of for our application man portal no apply we had about 22,000 people and a screening and a call field me call minimum lady team na call Western of Bono East and Voter the report to call the people appeared before us in the interview some old hands have been dropped some new ones have been brought in so some areas according to your standards and the requirements is at least also why president officer 2 times for general elections this level election because you create general election I don't know that experience and those we will be a experience as at least president officer for 2 general elections and that's why deputy return officer paying and that's why return officer paying no any experience there we are out also we are degree holder we need degrees so we are out and the minimum age 25 but we prefer we want to be our 30 going in the year 20 I'll be about one by one where Pierre you come and tell your story near Hesebia we are good material because this time we are also interested in the handwriting of even the people because we do more lessons about writing and figures obu and I want to mean kind so all these things we were taken into consideration and
in those instances say will be the genuine say voters register and as a delegate list of either political party A or B ba na mu sa assume see a fan as electoral officer wa hey ni din sign was a delegate list mo mu be in a frame
the edin say into the buy be frau
say with the picture
you will give you opportunity to come so obi yenye complain say ni and dey enemy say we party executive and there have been instances wo grambo no wo koye election ko be hu binum federation to wo ba na wa mo say mahu do no mbo mabiem it would have been instances like that unam because wo bana wo evidence to prove why are we going to include politicians in our system because no obi mbo politician bo ye interest na wa ye politician that one will not allow you or man friend they will there but most of cases here suspicion and also there e dey chira ye yin pa kwa ni adwuma
in yeka ejesui mo officials me no a yehu on video say MPBD envelope be ato o manim a mo yi o mo free polling station that day no so asem na kosi saying
case no police ni office of special prosecutor they are working on that.
They are handling that.
Yes.
And what
they are doing it to abandon on the Tuesday no.
Yes.
On the 30th on the first no every day. To me and some to me by me fourth but to I came and met 5 people from the office of the special prosecutor now interview go.
Okay.
I'm manking home.
But our 2 officers they are no longer
say they are suspended them.
Okay.
Until for now no yen kase omo for.
Okay.
The omo investigation every if they are found to be culpable, bye.
Okay. If not, I know must have about.
Well, because for now, no. In the TV, you say, or the mom no man
yes,
and or drop away.
Or drop away.
Me, I'm interested to know, say, or drop away and what happened.
Okay.
Didn't now will come out
from the investigations.
Maybe information I grab it. Once there's a committee, some professional person investigation,
yes,
we wait for them.
Well, so Obi, what kept the EC from communicating what they have put out now? It's been 4 solid years. What happened to their own motto of being transparent? And also, please, Obi, ask him again if Guan is now a constituency that will participate in the parliamentary elections this year. He dodged that question. Oh. No, I don't think he did. Or you question, no. But at least for the purpose of clarity. See, Guan is a constituency.
Correct.
2024, Ombetuaba presidential and parliamentary.
Correct.
So
we have moved from 275. Some can say moved from 275
to 276
correct.
Constituencies now officially. Very well. And Obi, please say hello to Dr. SEREBOUR for me. Cecilia Moatin or Oslo in Norway and on the way Abba. Yes. You few Joel say Obi, so under which constituency was the presidential results announced? Say no under Buem or to under Buem constituency.
Yes.
Okay.
No, under district. So, just can district no more you. And the whole Ghana no.
Yes.
As a constituency.
Sure.
We are not dealing with individual constituencies.
Exactly. Okay. And once Basa there Ombeko polling station be. Polling station Ombeko na our constituency be.
Buem.
Buem.
Yes.
Buem constituency.
But I know they call it 7 Ghana intino.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter whether they voted for constituency or constituency. Because they call for Ghana.
Yeah.
For the whole Ghana is one constituency.
Sure. For presidential.
Exactly.
It means that they could even have done that under Hohoi constituency.
Exactly. So the whole Ghana constituency. And the previous thing, first then and your biometrics and who election official no. You must certificate to about baby for presidential.
Yeah.
You must to about baby for presidential.
Yeah, for the presidential.
Yes. Parliament in a constituency specific.
Very well. Doc, my yen say na fe yen hwem fancy inti on more way no more plan for this year no. You are still on course, right?
Yes, on course.
Mobet me aye bibia wie ansa
we are next major activity exhibition of voters register.
Okay.
Then from 15th of July to the 24th of July, 10 days.
Okay.
We are now about September. Nearby nomination of candidates. We are a print of between September to December. Nearby print of ballot papers in notice. This year we are ahead. Over 2020 now.
Not pressure.
With this year, it's a relaxed year, so everything is under control.
Very well. Doc, you better see Bibiani, you better see the Incomobio. Why?
That's for the opportunity to.
Fantastic. Hi, Sempa FM. Said the other kind of 2 million multiple award winning artist. Kofi Kenyatta ebedi enkomo. Oh, penenyomo. Hey. Yeah, there.
You can't be among the fans.
That's nice, isn't it? After this short break, the man Kofi Kenyatta was said, "Nafianeno Eddie Nkomo," and then remember, say, Mamin Fawemu in Chemansana. Oh yeah, minimpa. Oh yeah, minimpa. Where West Side Legacy? Ain't it?